so nice to see you. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So I know that you have tried yourself out at different genres in music. So can you tell me, who were your biggest inspirations growing up and who are they now?
I guess that growing up, like during my early childhood, that would be probably the Beatles, the biggest ones, and then it went to Radiohead and stuff like that, a lot of jazz, Miles Davis, Ella Fitzgerald, and then now it's mostly hip-hop, like Kendrick Lamar, Vince Staples, that kind of stuff.
Right. And which song of yours would you show to a person that doesn't know you yet?
I guess, this is a really hard thing for me to answer, so I would take the one that the audience kind of recognizes most, which would probably be either End of the Road or Views.
Okay, all right. Now I want to talk about your new single, Nails.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, congratulations on it. I love it so much.
Thank you.
Can you tell me a bit about the backstory of the song? Like, what inspired it and what is the message that you're trying to get across with it?
Yeah, definitely. What inspired the story of Nails is, first of all, we started the song with me clicking a bunch of things with my nails because I started to get my nails really long, and then I noticed that was what I was doing very obsessively, just hearing the sound of my nails on different things. So that is what kind of inspired the beat. Then thinking about nails and about, how sometimes you think about feelings like jealousy, as you want to, just use your nails as a weapon against somebody.
Yeah.
I started to think about jealousy because it's such an emotion that we all experience every now and then. And I wanted to talk about jealousy in a way that is shameless, in a way that is not trying to hide away from how strong and dominant that feeling is sometimes, and I wanted to own it. The message would be, I'm saying all the sad ones, all the bad ones. It's for everybody. It's for everyone to kind of own even the negative feelings with themselves, as opposed to, this positivity that is all around us. Just be positive and stuff. Don't just be positive, just be yourself.
All right. Now, to me, the song feels like such a massive confidence boost. So I'm curious, what helps you boost your confidence when you're feeling a bit down?
It's a good question. Sometimes it's songs, sometimes it's songs that have that vibe of either like owning some kind of an emotion, or sometimes, just happy songs. Sometimes for me, I have methods. I started to learn how to be nicer to myself. I've started to know the voices that are in my head that create conflicts within me, that are saying I'm not good enough or stuff like that. I started hearing them in a different way. And here's Remy Wolf. Hey. Just starting to hear them like from a bird's eye view, like saying, okay, this is what my brain does. I don't necessarily have to relate with it. It's just a voice.
Pieces in my nail, flesh pieces in my nail, flesh pieces in my nails.
Your latest album, Hits, came out almost exactly a year ago.
Yeah.
So what is the most important thing that you learned during the creation process of this record?
We tried, while writing the record kits, to see how we transfer different things from one generation to the other. So kids are, you could say, the clean slate of humanity. We come to this world without all these things that are added to us later on by our parents, our societies, the world, the media. So we were trying to kind of learn what it is that we can learn from kids that we all knew and then started to forget the more we learned and got influenced by culture and religion and politics, etc., etc. So for me, if I have to kind of condense it to one single message, it will be, every now and then just try to check upon your inner child and see what they would have to say about what you're feeling, what you're experiencing. I think there's a lot of wisdom to it.
All right. Now you've basically been touring non-stop.
Forever.
Forever. So how are you coping with kind of this hectic schedule and being away from your home for a long time?
It's weird. It changes, but I feel like I'm it changes because I used to be very anxious about performing. I used to get on stage and feel very anxious, and now since this part of the touring is kind of solved because I've played hundreds of shows, right now the thing that I have to cope with the most is actually the opposite, how to get myself into the zone and kind of really experience something new every time I get on stage. And it's challenging because you kind of do the same thing, and it's really easy while touring to get really repetitive with how you do things, the same set list, you start with the same thing and end with the same thing. So I just try to do things that would get me out of this automatic mode. So every now and then it's like doing some breaths. When I'm, taking some alone time, just being with myself, usually it's like in the bathroom. I don't know, like doing my makeup and hair, just being a human being for once in a while. So I think that's kind of my secret for now.
All right, and do you have any pre-show rituals that you always do before every concert of yours? I'm starting to develop them more. I have this breathing method that I'm doing. It's not for exercising the voice, it's more for getting energy back into the body. So it's like breathing in for 10 seconds, holding your breath for 10 seconds, exhaling for 10 seconds, and then holding it out for 10 seconds. And if you do it for enough time, it gets the body in a weird and good stress, and then you're like awake. So that is one thing that I'm doing. All right, and finally, if you had a time machine and you could go back in time to when you were starting out and give your younger self just one piece of advice, what would it be?
I think it would definitely have to do with taking care of my mental, taking care of my, just putting time and effort into how I feel and my well-being, almost as much as I'm putting into my work. Sometimes we let that go and focus so much on the work. I feel like, balancing it more out to just taking care of yourself, being good to yourself is what I would say.
All right, so that's all we have time for today. But before we go, we would like to teach you something so you can take away something from this interview as well.
Right.
So do you know any Hungarian words?
I don't think so, actually.
All right, so is it okay for you if we teach you how to say I love you in Hungarian?
Of course, yes.
All right, so it goes like this. Szeretlek.
Szeretlek?
Yes.
I think I knew that.
You knew that?
Szeretlek, I think
All
I
right.
knew that.
All right. Noga, thank you so much for taking
Thank
the time
you
to
so
chat
much.
with us.
Szeretlek.
It was a real pleasure, and can't wait to see you on stage.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.